Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Welcome to the Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to a new episode of the Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and Mike Crawford. How you doing, Mike?
Chilling, man. How you today?
Doing well, doing well. I was, contemplating things as you do over the weekend, looking at Tom Brady being old as shit, doing his thing. And I was like, all right, Tom Brady has so much money. He just has FU money, right?
Yeah, but what we consider doing your thing, but we'll get back to that. Go ahead, finish your story.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, as far as like if somebody with his financial wealth is going into a retirement home, because he's going to retire soon. So I'm thinking about just your average person that just has money stashed away. Could you pay for a higher end like facility that caters more to, somebody
I
is
think
used
Tom
to?
Brady's going to a retirement home one day.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about it. Like,
No.
if you're somebody who doesn't have a family, doesn't have kids, and just wants to blow your money, go to a retirement home where, they have like topless orderlies, or if you're a lady, get some buff dude to sponge bath your big old floppers or something. Like, pay for the experience to be good.
Wouldn't you just have someone come do that at your house? I mean, that would be just the easier thing than going to a retirement home, Brendan.
Okay, sure. So then let's say they're coming to your house, but can you pay to have like hot people do it for you?
You can. I'm sure there's a way.
That should be a service, right?
I'm sure there's a way to find and make sure that they're happy.
I don't know. I just know that going out
with the
sucks,
right
so
amount, with the right amount of money, I'm sure you can make it happen.
Go out like a Saudi prince, man. Come on.
How you think they make it happen? Money. See? Right amount of money.
Money
you can make
and
it happen.
chopping hands off. Whatever works. So speaking of chopping hands off,
A brawl is surely brewing.
what do you say we get the super fight of the week going on?
Chop your hands off for these picks, man. Pick something good this week. Come on. I guess I need to come to Cali and pick
Mike
myself.
Is a street fighter.
A street fighter.
So
now, are we talking like a guy who fights on the street or a person off the video game?
Listen, bro, this is your world. You pick whatever you want, all right? Have a little
I
fun.
I can ride
Oh,
you
but you're fucked. Because I'm MacGyver.
I mean,
MacGyver versus Street Fighter. We'll mix the cards up again.
I ain't see you mix that up. You might have pulled that out the wickets.
Trust me, bro.
Me and this burping
my sleight
on
of hand
camera.
isn't that good. I don't know magic. I'm not a nerd. All right, your first
you
attribute is
there's no magic.
Carrying way too many grocery bags.
Hey, yo, I only do one trip.
Me too.
Oh, okay.
What's your grocery store experience like?
One trip.
Well, what do you do? Do you have a routine or what?
Well, when I go to the grocery store, no, I go to the grocery store multiple times, man.
Oh, with Instacart, I know, but for yourself, like, do you like going to the store or not?
I'm talking about for myself too.
Yeah.
I hate it, but I have to go to eat.
Oh, so you're a get in, get out kind of a guy.
Yeah, I'll go for maybe 2 days and I'll be back 2 days later, bro.
Oh, bro, I have a whole process.
Yeah, you have a whole family too.
Yeah, well, here's what I do. Like, I usually like to go Friday afternoons.
Is it empty?
Like right before everybody else gets off work, like 3:30, 4 o'clock, if I can make it happen. That's a perfect time. Show up, throw my earbuds in, and I go to walk in. Right, like 30 feet right when you walk in, there's a Starbucks. like little kiosk thing. The worst thing ever because it just clogs up the line. So when I put my music on, I got to have something that gets me going, gets me direct to the butcher. That's where I got to go first. That's where I start. So I'm usually Tupac, like hit him up or something, you know, like, bitch, you got to get out of my way. If we're all supposed to be 6 feet apart, there's no reason why my cart shouldn't be able to go right through every line if I want to. Get out of my way. So I head right to the butcher, do the fun shopping. Then I'll throw on some random stuff, you know, some 38 special one up and down the aisles, getting all the regular canned shit or whatever, you know, spaghetti sauce, all that kind of shit. And then you hit the produce section, the other fun section at the end of the trip. The fresh stuff last.
You consider the produce section the fun section? It's so cold in the produce section, bro.
No, it's called the freezer section.
The produce section is cold too. I'm telling you.
No, that's when you throw on some Steve Winwood, you know, Higher Love or something. Look, I love Whitney, but you got to get the horns with Steve Winwood. You just bounce around the produce aisle, boom, you're done. Every week. I love it.
Oh, you go every week?
Once a week. Stock up for the week and try not to go back. Anyway, back to the super fight. MacGyver, his first attribute is that he's a stuffed animal. That's going to be rough. So we have a street fighter carrying too many grocery bags and MacGyver, who is a stuffed animal. Mike's second attribute can only move when I move. That's not good for you, Mike. Oh, great. And MacGyver's last attribute is that he's elderly.
Okay. So,
we have taken a turn from a Mike Tyson robot and Mafia Dons. So you're a street fighter. First of all, what street fighter am I fighting? Like Tank Abbott, or am I fighting like Chung Lee?
I mean, nah, you fighting like Ryu.
What? You got to talk
Ryu.
there, Mike.
I am Ryu.
Ryu.
I don't need to move. I get to go Hadouken and hit you.
Yeah,
with
but
a
you can't move
fireball,
unless
bro.
I move. So as MacGyver,
like,
being a stuffed animal.
Move? So my arms are not allowed to move either because I don't need to move my legs to do Ryuken.
You cannot move unless I move. But I'm elderly, so I move really slow. So I think that this street fight, I just got to take the L on this one because as soon as I move a little bit, the stuffed animal's going up in flames with that Hadouken. So I'm out, man. I'm taking the L, dude. I can't even talk my way out of that one.
Hey, yo.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
Well-deserved win, Mike. All right, 2-1.
I needed that.
You're back on track.
Back on track, buddy. I like to win.
So we ended up losing a couple of legends here recently. We lost Hank Aaron the other day at 86. And then the day after, Larry King kicked the bucket at 87. Was there anybody on that day Larry King died that was 88 that's a celebrity that's like shitting their pants? Like, oh, I'm next. I know it.
Yo, how do we turn death into a joke?
Anything's a joke if it's funny and well-timed.
There you go, man.
But I know we were kind of chatting before that some of the crazy stats on Hank Aaron was that he was selected to 25 All-Star teams, even though he only played in 20 seasons. And the reason was because there were a few years there where they played 2 separate All-Star games. So each league had an All-Star. So he made both All-Star teams for 4 years. The only 2 years he didn't make it was his rookie year and his final season because he didn't play enough games. So, I mean, that's one for the record books. And he has one of the coolest records ever. He hit the first regular season walk-off home run to win a pennant. So back, back in the day in the late 50s, I think it was, or something like that. You know, they had however many game league going into one of the final games of the season, and he rocked it in like the 9th or 11th inning or something like that for a walk-off. Pretty fucking cool, if you ask me.
There you go, man. There you go. Hank was that guy, though, man. Hank was the guy.
Hammer and Hank, dude.
He did.
That's a great nickname, too.
Man. That clip, the clip of him hitting go-ahead home run and the guy running on foot like that.
Well, you know what happened to that guy, right?
No.
He died.
Everybody dies, Brendan.
Yeah, there's actually 2 of them, but one of them actually did die.
Oh.
I don't know if that's funny or not, but he's just dead.
Everybody dies, man. Sorry to say.
And we're recording this on the 1-year anniversary of Kobe's tragedy.
Tragedy, while you're talking about death, R.I.P.
Serious,
to the Black Mamba. To the second greatest basketball player of all time, R.I.P. to the Mamba.
Second greatest. Well, you're a Bulls fan, so what are we? One of these days we have to have the debate between.
There's not a debate to be had.
Yeah, there's no debate to be had. So Kobe's the best, and then for number 2 we'll go for MJ and LeBron. And we can have that argument after Space Jam 2 comes out, and we can see who truly is the best.
Brendan, don't ever fix your lips to say such a thing again in your life, okay, sir?
What are you talking about, bro?
So this is MJ, and then I'll give Kobe the clear 2. And then LeBron can be 3. And then you can go so on and so forth. But don't ever, there's no
we're definitely gonna have to put a lot more into this. We're gonna have to put some time and effort into our investigations and do our due diligence to put some facts together and bring this to the table legit here in a couple of weeks.
There's no need to. We can do it, but there's the waste of your time because the facts will always remain the same.
I don't know though. When Jordan came back, man, he ruined. When he came back the 3rd time, let me be clear, he just ruined all of the mystique.
See those numbers right there? That's the beginning of the greatest resume of all time. So this is where you start the greatest resume of all time. You don't understand where it ends.
0-0.
It ends somewhere that those boys just can't reach.
But MJ never. I don't know.
You realize that MJ was only in Chicago for 13 years?
Yeah.
And he has 6 rings. Do you understand the ratio of championships to seasons that is?
He was amazing.
Like, do you understand?
He was amazing for the period of time while he did it, but longevity, being good for longer, has to account for something.
What do you mean? It has to account for what?
Being able to do it longer.
When you say good, it's different. When you had to be good for a little bit of time. This is a different era. He was great for a long period. Kobe was great, but not on today. We won't discuss the fact of certain things that involve Kobe's career because today is his day. We ain't gonna do that.
All right. Well, let's curb it for another day. But we will have that conversation.
There's not really a conversation to be had, but okay, we will.
Whatever, bro. So considering that Kobe was one of the GOATs, we'll say, pending conversation. Going into the Super Bowl, it's going to be Tom Brady, who's the GOAT, whatever.
The passing of the torch, man. Whatever. This is how it's supposed to be done.
The new GOAT.
This is how it's supposed to be done.
I agree.
Kobe and LeBron never actually gave us this.
Yeah.
Jordan and Kobe were never able to give us this. This is what you need. You need a finals of the new versus the old. The new has to win, and that's how you get the torch pass. That's the magic to Michael Torch, man.
This is the closest we've ever had to getting two players as close to their prime as you can to actually play each other.
Yeah, no, Brady isn't close to his prime. I'm not gonna say that, but what I'm saying is he's got the torch, and now he's
still great. Yeah,
it. But he's good, but he didn't look good this year. He didn't look good Sunday.
Well, that's the thing is if Patty Mahomes, no concussion this year, was playing Tom Brady 5 years ago, that's the perfect game.
Yeah.
But the fact that we still get it at all that's the part that matters.
Yeah. Patty gonna go ahead and finish this thing off and take his rightful spot at the top of the throne.
I do have to say that I'm rooting for the Bucks just for Brady, just to kind of one of those, like, for all the haters, like, okay, what are you going to say now? What are you going to say now? And it's one of those things where I'm in the weird position of defending the best quarterback of all time because people are shitting on him too much.
He's a cheater, bro, because he is a cheater. That's why you have to defend.
How hard is he going to
the quarterback all the time?
How hard is he going to cheat this week? Home stadium. You think they're going
to
do any of the
for
weird,
him this week?
Weird old stuff.
Cheating for him is not going to help you this week. Did you see what happened to them last time they played the Chiefs?
Well, nothing's going to help you this week. It's a virtual Pro Bowl this week.
I mean, well, in 2 weeks. Did you see what happened to them? This might get ugly.
It could.
It really might get ugly.
It's one of those things where Kansas City looks like they're in the SEC and Tampa Bay looks like they're in the Big Ten. Like they got these big, Mike Evans, big burly receiver, he'd go up, get the ball. But, on the other end, Tyreek Hill is running around him 5 times before he even knows where he is.
Oh, it's going to be, hopefully it's a good game, but I think it has the potential to be
the way Tom Brady to be a stinker if
the way Tom Brady looked on Sunday. Yeah. The way he looked on Sunday under pressure. He just was throwing it up, man, at times. Like, it didn't look good. That defense saved them. Saved them.
Well, defense wins championships sometimes.
Yeah, except for when you're going against Patty, my homeboy.
All right. Well, considering we are going into Pro Bowl week, you and I did a little exercise where we created our all-time Pro Bowl teams. So here was, I don't know why you're shaking your head like it's a bad thing. This is for fun, Mike. Come on. But it's
I'm just saying my team is so good. I had to shake my head one more time.
All right.
Before I read it to the world.
You're just so good you stink.
There you go.
So the way we did it was you got to pick your offense and defense, what you're running. And it's not necessarily the best player at the position. It's your favorite to watch at the position. So it doesn't, one of the greats doesn't have to be the best. It's pure opinion who you would like to see on a Pro Bowl team because Pro Bowls are for fucking around anyway, right?
Yeah, well, I picked mine as if I had to win a Super Bowl game, but I feel what you're saying.
All right. Well, I figured let's start on the D line. So what kind of defense are you running?
We're running 3-4.
Me too.
With a hybrid with a linebacker. So the new A is 3-4.
So who's your first D lineman?
Aaron Donald.
Oof, going young.
He's playing DN. He's playing DN.
All right. I went with Reggie White as my first D lineman.
You're playing 3-4?
Yeah. No. Yeah, 3-4.
With Reggie White?
Yeah, why not? I'm just having fun, Mike. It's a Pro Bowl.
No, I'm just asking a question, sir. I can't ask a question.
You can, but I reserve the right to snap at you.
I would put Reggie White on my team. Reggie White's all-time great. I'm not going to doubt. I mean,
he was fun to watch.
Would be weird.
He was fun to watch when you go up against a O lineman that was like, first season or something. He's just like, oh god,
and he's going to hammer you.
Yeah, and he's gonna handle you. And then he was so nice, he'd pick you back up and go, "See you next play."
There you go. And he's gonna pray for you.
Who's your number 2?
Nose tackle John Randall.
John Randall made my honorable mentions.
That's my guy, man.
He's the man.
He's
and they used to, dude. The NFL used to be such squares, bro. They told me he couldn't wear his face paint anymore because he was scaring people.
John Randall's my guy, bro.
Yeah, so I went with Bruce Smith. Again, just a big, fun dude to watch. Just
Smith from BA, so you already know. I'm always going to show him love.
Yeah. All right, who's your 3?
Other DN, we're going Mr. Sapp. DU.
He got an honorable mention
it's
from me.
It's a theme going on. At some point, you'll realize there's a little bit of a theme going on here.
Oh, I figured it was going to be the U and Cowboys.
Not that many Cowboys on here, actually. We don't have a lot of all-time greats.
Look at you. Evolving, Mike. So my third D lineman out, I had to go with Mean Joe Green.
I actually had him in that spot for Sapp. and I took him out.
I did have a couple honorable mentions. Mean Joe Green honestly got the nod over Sat because he was also in Married with Children. so he got the nod.
Sap got the nod over me and Joe Green on just because I was actually putting together a defense like we were gonna play a game. That's all.
I started to because I also had I had Howie Long in there just because I loved him, and then I had Merlin Olsen in there just because my pops loved him, and I was like, no, this is a team I want to see play. Like guys that would be fun to watch, but if you turned them loose, they would kill you.
That's what you're about to hear, a whole bunch of dudes that if you turn them loose, they would kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
So then let's work outside. Let's go with, I actually had some trouble with this one. Let's go with cornerbacks.
Oh, I had, I mean, to me, the two greatest of all time. I got Sanders and Revis.
I have Sanders, Deion Sanders as one.
Yeah,
I have Revis Island as an honorable mention. But I had to put Rod Woodson in there. He was the OG.
Well, see, I have Rod Woodson on my team. He just ain't that corner. See,
you put him at safety?
You know it.
Yeah. I did, but
man.
Well, we'll move right into
wait till you'll hear the rest of my team, and then you're going to be like, okay, I see.
Well, let's go position by position, and then we'll read them all off, defense and offense. So the reason why I moved him to corner was because of who I had at safety. So I had my boy Ronnie Lott and Ed Reed.
I mean, if Ed Reed isn't on your team, it's hard. Like just
watch
football.
All credibility goes out the window.
Well, he's just that good, and he's a nice guy when he's on the field, man, and he talks trash if you like that, like so. But yeah, so that's me. I'm Ed Reed, Rod Woodson at safety.
All right. So let's get back to the fun stuff here. Let's get to linebackers.
I mean, I'm pretty much sure one outside linebacker, everybody's going to go the same. He's pretty much the greatest football player of all time in my eyes, next to Jerry Rice, and that's Mr. Taylor. I mean, he's one. Yeah, he's one outside for me, Mr. Taylor. Next to him is another university product, Mr. Lewis.
Yep, there I got them right next to each other.
Right next to him is my hybrid. My 236-pound safety who's going to come down and play linebacker because my D-line is going to be taking all those double teams, so he's going to be good to wrong. Mr. Sean Taylor himself.
Oh, that's a good one.
The U.
That again. Is a good one.
And then I'm going to play Derek Thomas. Rest in peace at my other outside linebacker, man. I'm telling you, if you get a yard on those linebackers right there, you're a good team. You're a great team, actually.
Yeah, so funny enough is I had LT, I had Ray Lewis, I have Derek Thomas, and then I threw Urlacher in there as my kind of hybrid.
And Urlacher actually is, if you're going to play 3-4, it's probably perfect because he can get that deep middle. He used to play safety in college,
and high school. He's big enough to go on the line if he's got to put his hands in the dirt, you know.
Yeah. So, but with LT and Derek Thomas, he'll never have to worry about that. So he just got to worry about that deep middle.
Yeah, he's got to cover the tight end.
Yeah, he's got to worry about that.
Just knock anybody else out. All right, so let's go to offense. So let's start with O-line.
O-line, I mean, my starting center is Bruce Matthews. You know, he's also available if I get any injuries. He's played all over the line, Pro Bowl everywhere on the offensive line. So we're gonna move him around there a little bit if necessary. But
that's funny. I have Bruce Matthews at tackle, and I have Kevin Mawai at center.
Yeah. Marshall Lander, one guard, and Larry Allen, that good old cowboy great.
I got Larry Allen as well. He was such a monster.
Guy. He's just so man. He
was Charles Haley on the offensive line.
Yeah, I almost put Charles Haley on my team, actually.
He was fun to watch, but he'll kill you.
Yeah. Then we're going to go – I switched these up last minute, but I'm going to go left tackle Jonathan Ogden, right tackle Joe Thomas. And the only reason why I went left tackle Jonathan Ogden because I had Marshall Lander as left guard. And they've already played together. So I figure if we're putting the team together, I might as well put the dudes who were used to each other next to each other.
So at center, I have Kevin Mawai. And then at guards, I had Larry Allen and DeBrickashaw Ferguson, just because name's DeBrickashaw.
Are you a closet Jets fan?
No.
Because DeBrickashaw Ferguson, you just like him strictly due to name.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't.
No, it's an ongoing joke in our family. We used to, because my dad, the maestro's got a pot belly, and so my sister made him shirts saying that he was having DeBrickashaw's baby.
You know, anybody who hears this is going to make absolute fun of you for putting DeBrickashaw Ferguson on your team, right?
I don't care. Make fun of me. Call me out, and then I'll put you back down. Open challenge. And then for my other offensive tackle, I've got the great Anthony Munoz.
He was my runner-up.
Yeah, he's, But
10 years, 10 All-Pros, I couldn't.
Gene Upshaw was tough to pass up, but, that's just, it is what it is. Sorry.
Yeah, man, you don't got many Raiders on there. Surprised by that.
Why? I'm not a Raiders fan.
I know, but family kind of is.
That should make me hate the Raiders more.
Yeah.
All right, I'm interested on this one. It's either going to be the easiest or the worst. Tight end.
Travis Kelce.
I was worried you're going to say something stupid.
What do you mean something stupid?
How is Tony Gonzalez not the best tight end ever?
Tony Gonzalez is a very good tight end, but the best tight end actually to do what I need you to do, which is on the middle of the field. Travis Kelce's numbers say Travis Kelce, if he wouldn't have took week 10 off, not just would he had the best receipt, he would have led the NFL in receiving this year, my guy. Are you not just tight end, the NFL? Okay,
yeah,
we're not
fantastic.
Talking like we're talking
one of the best right now.
Yeah, so he's definitely
Tony G did it for.
He's gonna be the greatest.
Tony G did it at the top, being number one for over a decade.
Guess what? Let me tell you a secret. Tony G ain't got no bowls, and Tony G is going to go down as the second best tight end in Chiefs history. How sick is that?
That's all right. Well, I think we're both going to receive death threats this week.
How sick is that? To be that good, to be number 2, maybe all time, and also be number 2 in the franchise history.
I don't know. I can't even entertain that argument because to me, it was just I just wrote it down.
If the numbers are close, he has 2 championships. To the people who like that franchise, they're going to put Kelce above him.
Well, yeah.
He brought championships to the city.
That's one fan base. That's not the entire football fan base.
I'm just talking about, like I said, that's why I said in Chiefs franchise history, because to their franchise.
I can appreciate that you want him on your team. I can appreciate it. And he is a hell of a lot of fun on the field.
The reason why I want him on my team is also part of the rest of my team.
Well, you all look. Hang on. Before we go any further, because we only have I'm guessing you're doing 3 receivers, 1 running back, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me guess. You're gonna go Tyreek Hill, Michael Irvin, Randy Moss.
Whoa. No.
You're going, I'm sorry, I forgot about Jerry Rice. So you're going Jerry Rice, Tyreek Hill, Michael Irvin.
No.
And Emmitt Smith.
No.
Okay.
Nowhere near.
Yeah, I get 2 out of 4?
No.
Okay. All right. So who are your 3 receivers then?
Calvin Johnson.
Megatron. I had him as an honorable mention.
Jerry Rice.
Yep.
With Marshall Faulk as my single back.
Wait, who was the third receiver?
Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, and Calvin Johnson.
T.O.?
Yes, he donned the star, and he is the second greatest receiver of all time.
Bro, he's on my list, but I went with a fullback, so he didn't make the list, but Megatron and T.O. were the 2 honorable mentions. So I went with a class just because I like the fullback position, and there's only been a couple of guys do well. It's fun. So I went for my receivers, I went with Jerry Rice and Randy Moss.
I mean, I can't argue those. I can't argue Randy Moss, but I'm a T.O. man.
Fullback, I went with, even though I love Rathman, I went with Mike Allstott because he was the man.
Yeah, Allstott. I can't argue Allstott. I like Allstott a lot. And Allstott can change over and play by himself, single back.
Goal line, dude. There was I remember way back in the day, he had 3 touchdowns and 1 yard was his stat line.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'll take it, bro.
Yeah, that was a great fantasy day, right?
Yeah. So then for my running back, I have Jim Brown.
Yeah, I mean, you never go wrong with that, especially
And
with a
then
fullback.
quarterback is Joe Montana.
With that offense, Joe is the perfect quarterback. I mean, because you're running West Coast, 2 receiver, tight end.
All right. So just to recap,
I'm high flying up. You already know, and so you know who the guy behind the center is, Mr. Mahomes himself.
I think you missed it on Marshall Faulk, though.
What? With Patty Mahomes and 3 receiver in the open field, did you not watch Marshall Faulk as the part of the greatest show on turf?
I did, and I appreciate Marshall Faulk. I don't know, man. You know who, dude, if you're going single back like that, the person I would take over Marshall Faulk is LaDainian Tomlinson.
No way.
LT was a bad dude. He was single back most of his life.
He was bad, dude, but Marshall Faulk with the Rams is different. That was a different dude.
He was bigger, he could run over people for sure.
That was a different dude, man.
Yeah.
Out the backfield, running routes, catching it. Oh my man, Marshall, bro. I'm gonna send you some clips. You gotta watch Marshall with the Rams.
My dad's a Rams fan. I've seen all those damn clips. All right, so read me back your defense. Who you got?
We got Aaron Donald at 1 DN, John Randall at the nose, Sapp at the other DN. My outside linebacker, Derek Thomas at 1, Mr. Thomas, and LT himself. You already know who's at the other with Sean Taylor and Ray Lewis, the U connection, man in the middle. Backed up by Ed Reed and Rod Wilson over the top. And 2 of the greatest corners I've ever seen play the game, Mr. Revis Island himself and Prime.
So I've got Mean Joe Green, Reggie White, and Bruce Smith up front. I've got LT and Derek Thomas outside with Urlacher and Ray Lewis up the middle. That just hurts. It's
going to hurt.
And then on the outside, I've got Rod Woodson and primetime Deion Sanders. And then over the top, I've got Ronnie Lott and Ed Reed.
But if one of those guys get caught one-on-one with Marshall Faulk, night.
He is 6. Not getting – nobody's getting past the
Patty
middle.
Mahomes says 6. No, we're spreading him out the backfield. We're going to shift him out wide. Which one of those are running out there to guard him out wide? When we send him out, that is a stop and go. On Ray Lewis, 6, Marshall.
All right, bro.
And Patty gonna drop it in the bread, but because you know what he do.
Yeah. Well, then let's go to offense. So run out your offense real quick.
We're gonna start. Patty Mahomes is at the helm, taking hikes from Mr. Bruce Matthews with Larry Allen, 1 guard, and the other guard is gonna be my man Marshall Lander from Baltimore. Great. Next to his homeboy and Hall of Famer Jonathan Ogden and Joe Thomas at the other tackle. Kelsey, the greatest tight end of all time.
Won't let that
go. With Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, and Calvin Johnson at receiver, and Marshall Faulk in the backfield.
So up front, I've got Anthony Munoz, DeBrickshaw Ferguson, Kevin Mawai, Larry Allen, and Bruce Matthews with the protection. I got Tony G going over the middle on your guys, which I don't know who's going to stop a 6'5", 280-pound bro.
I dare him. I dare him to try.
With Jerry Rice and Randy Moss on the outside. And then we've got Joe Montana slinging it with Mike Allstott blocking for Jim Brown. Which sounds ridiculous because he doesn't need a blocker at all.
Yo, just imagine that matchup. Revis Island and Dion versus Jerry Rice and Moss. I'd pay money to watch that.
Let's see if
on their island.
We'll see if anybody has any interest. Who do you think's team would win, Mike's or mine in a Pro Bowl scenario? Not this virtual Pro Bowl shit like they're doing this weekend. Do you think anybody's gonna watch that?
Yeah, me.
You're gonna watch a simulated Madden game that you could do by yourself at home?
Yes, because I am that much of a sports fanatic that if you put sports on TV, guess what? I'll find a way to watch.
Sounds like you're a loser.
Some people might call me that too,
bro.
Some people might call me.
I can understand, like, you know, they have those League of Legends, whatever, which I'm not into, but you know, watching real sports played on video games on TV, that's too much for me.
Why
bro.
are you hating?
That's
man,
like watching Golden Tee tournament on.
There's still people who watch wrestling on TV, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna watch the Royal Rumble with my son. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, you made sure you threw your son in there, so we can't say nothing about it. Cause, buddy, if you weren't left that part out, I was gonna make fun of you. But
go ahead and make fun of me because the reason he got into it was because I was watching it a couple times a week. I would watch on YouTube. They condense these 3-hour shows down to like 10 minutes. So I'd watch.
So what's it called now anyway? Whatever. Is it like WWF or is it WWE or is it WCW or is it what
WWE? That's it.
Okay.
It's not like I'm watching everything.
I mean,
it's just there's a Friday show, there's a Monday show, and then they have a pay-per-view once a month.
So now they have multiple shows. I remember when I coming up and watch it, it literally like you would break your neck to catch Monday Night Raw because that's all they had. I'm aging myself. I'm never gonna disclose how old I
they had Raw and they had Superstars, I think, on Saturdays.
I don't know what that is. Oh.
Yeah, that's how old I am too. But no, it's cool, man. It's fun. Nobody gives a shit about that. But moving on to real fighting, my boy McGregor got teed up, man, by the next best dude. Poirier's the man.
You think? Who's he gonna fight next? It doesn't matter.
If Khabib's retired, so here's the thing. Poirier, a lot of people don't know about him. He took like 3 years off to be a nurse. So he lost to McGregor in 2014, but he's beat Max Holloway twice. Max Holloway just put in last week the best striking performance in the history of MMA. He beat that dude twice, and he beat Justin Gaethje once already. Yeah. So, and then no one can beat McGregor. So he's at the top. So it's either if Khabib's truly retired, then him and Gaethje should fight for the title. Forget calling it interim. If Khabib's not going to fight, get rid of it and just have him fight for the title because he's at the top of the food chain right now.
Yeah, but he don't want to fight Khabib. Look, no one wants to fight Khabib.
No one should fight Khabib. I think that people still want to, but nobody should. There's a difference.
Yo, he just be murdering cats, bro.
Yeah.
So what it is that
somebody like
he baits you into. Oh, go ahead. What it is the lead up. He baits you into start talking trash to him, and then he uses your trash talk as fuel to want to murder you, and then he gets in the ring and literally wants to murder you.
Yeah. He's been trained like he's a robot now.
Yeah,
you know, you know,
didn't he already beat Poirier though?
Khabib?
Yeah,
I don't believe so. I don't think they.
I thought he beat both of them.
Maybe he did. I don't know. I'm probably out of touch with that. There's so many damn fights, but I do like what the UFC's been doing because last year, if you noticed, towards the end of the year, they had like fights like 2 or 3 fights a week in like July, August, you know, all the way through October, November, because they have this contract with Disney. You know, they signed a big deal with ESPN, all this stuff. Well, part of the contract was they had to put on at least, you know, something silly like 100 events or something on ESPN Plus. And so once COVID hit, they were running like 3 months behind. So they just started, they're like, Fight Island, okay, we're fighting every 3 days. Boom, 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 boom. So they're front loading it this year just in case they get shut down. They're front loading everything, which I love because I'm like, just keep bringing the fights on.
Keep bringing the fights on, yeah.
And then if everything stays fine.
Then they're going to run out of fights.
Well, that's the thing is if everything stays fine, then people are going to want fights at the rapid pace that they're used to. So it's just going to stay this way, which I'm pumped for.
True.
If it happens.
And Khabib he made him submit round 3.
Look at you, bro.
19.
What year was that? 2012?
19. September 19.
Oh.
So just what, 2 years ago? Not even a full 2. Like a year and a half ago.
Well,
that's
we'll
probably
see.
why
I
he's
think
retired.
That Poirier, after what I saw on Saturday, is a man to be reckoned with.
I understand. I mean, anybody who's standing there and goes to fight bare face and bare fists, I respect them.
Well, there's that, and then the co-main event right before, Michael Chandler, who I forget where he was fighting, but it's his first. I think it was WEC, but it's his first. It was his first UFC fight, and this guy was kind of hyped because UFC paid him a ton of money to come in unproven, and he basically come in and waxed whoever he was fighting, and like, yeah, that's why
know who he was fighting, bro.
But then he called out Nate Diaz. Like 2 or 3 people called out Nate Diaz.
Because everybody thinks Nate Diaz is beatable right now.
Well, the other thing, the Diaz brothers never get paid to fight, which is ridiculous. Like, they get paid, but they don't get paid big bucks because they keep getting told they don't move the needle. But when 2 and 3 people at the top of the game are calling you out, I think you move the needle. So just pay them and let them fight everybody.
Yeah, because Nate Diaz will fight any and everybody.
Yeah, so will Nick. Let him go. Make it a whole thing. The brothers of whatever. Stockton. Make a whole series about it and just have them go around smoking weed and beating the shit out of people.
We're going to get Nate Diaz Conor 3 at some point.
I think that Conor's going to try and get Poirier again. And Dana White might allow that just for the delay to maybe possibly get Khabib to the winner. But we'll see.
I mean, he deserves Poirier again. He knocked Poirier out in the first round last time.
Yeah, I mean, being off a year and a half and everything, but I'm just glad he wasn't an asshole about it. He was even kind of cool before the fight, which I was like, oh, okay. But I also, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I wonder if he knew there was a chance he was going to lose. If his confidence was down a little bit, and that's why he wasn't talking shit.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
I don't know. But, and then today they announced that Jake Paul, the YouTube guy, is fighting former UFC flop, who was awesome back in the days, still a great fighter, but Ben Askren. They're going to do a legit exhibition match, 8 rounds or 10. Yeah, 8 rounds, 10-ounce gloves.
Oh, a boxing match.
A legit boxing match.
Jake Paul might knock him out.
That's crazy, though, that this YouTuber just decided, I mean, he's obviously super famous, but he just decided.
He's not a little YouTuber. Like, he's probably been practicing boxing his whole life. You just don't know.
He's going to get jacked, but it doesn't matter. Like, boxing your whole life against your friends or sparring and then going to be in a real exhibition match up against a former MMA fighter.
Yeah, but he's an MMA UFC fighter, so he used to fight this. Boxing is boxing. You got to punch and you got to not get punched. That's it. That's
true, but also doing it on a big stage. You did it against
famous,
Nate
bro.
Robinson.
There's no bigger stage than his stage. He's famous. Millions of people watch him every day, bro. Like, he's famous. He's used to big stage. You talk about some little low key boxer, UFC dude. What's the biggest stage he ever fought on? You talking about big stage?
It's just one of those things where for Askren, it's a no-win. Like, he's going to get a good payday, and maybe that's the thing. He's like, look, I already got embarrassed in the UFC. Let me just do this right off into the sunset. Nobody ever see me again. All right. But even if he wins, they're going to be like, yeah, you're supposed to win.
Supposed to win.
So, I mean, hey, good on Jake Paul for, hustling. I'll respect the hustler, bro.
Don't end up on your face like Nate Robb.
That was so brutal. Anytime I get sad, I just need to watch that and go, well, at least that's not me.
End up on your face like Nate Robb.
So what you been watching lately?
I actually started The Sopranos from the beginning the other day, bro.
Have you seen it before?
Vaguely. But I would always used to just watch and pass and go miss the episode here.
You were a casual watcher.
Yeah, casual watcher. There you go.
Yeah. All right. So are you through the first season or what? Where are you at?
No. I'm probably like episode 4.
Oh, okay. So you just started.
Yeah.
So what's your review on The Sopranos 4 episodes in?
Hey, it's a pretty good show.
Pretty good. All right, we'll have to see how it turns out. See if it ends up being worth watching or not.
Why you're not a fan?
No, it's just that The Sopranos came out, 20 years ago. So
we'll give
a review with modern take on it when you finish it. Same time I review The Godfather.
There you go. Hopefully you
we'll
get
have
to
a
it.
mafia day. Wear fucking fedoras and shit. It'll be fun.
There you go. I got you.
Oh man. So I haven't got a chance to check out One Night in Miami yet, but I started it. It starts out great. It looks like they're picking on Sam Cooke quite a bit. Like at least in the beginning. Like I'm like, damn, bro. Give the guy a break. But no, they went hard in the paint on Sam right in the beginning. But other than that, like I think I'm like 45 minutes in. It's super compelling and entertaining. I want to give my full attention. But that, and then we finished season 2 of Cobra Kai, which it's good. It's one of those things where it's starting to, like, it's going into the 3rd season, which is the last one that's out right now, and I'm like, all right, we're starting to get a little too in the weeds here. So if they don't pull it out come the first couple episodes of season 3, I might fall off this train.
I'm waiting for them to finish season 8 of Blacklist on regular TV so I can watch it on like Netflix.
Well, once you catch up on Blacklist and once I finish Cobra Kai, we'll give our official reviews so that people know whether to watch it or not. Same thing with Sopranos. We got to know if people should watch it or not. So give us your
if you like that type of stuff, you should definitely watch Blacklist. Blacklist is dope.
All right, that's like the 3rd time you brought it up. So I guess I still won't watch it. What you been listening to?
Nothing much, man. But if anybody's listening, go listen to my guy 4LO Driller, and that's DRILLA, man. A guy I know from the neighborhood I grew up in doing music. Hopefully you like it. Some songs might be different, but give it a listen.
4LO Driller. All right, I'll give it a go. So for this past week, I had mentioned that I was going to be listening to the Stones and Tupac, which, by the way, awesome fucking mashup. Worked like a charm.
Well, that would have made more sense if I knew you went to the grocery store every Friday.
So what I ended up doing was I made a playlist of it on Spotify. So that's available to anybody. You go to Black Irish Podcast, and I put the link in our episode when I post on Instagram, so you can go right there, and it's a preloaded playlist for you. And actually, what I said last week was thought-provoking. So this week I'm going to do Biggie and the Beatles. So I'll put together a playlist, throw it up there. Excuse me. And then anytime throughout the week, if you want to throw it on. And if you just want to be lazy and have somebody else do your playlist, it's right there for you. But so we'll do Biggie and the Beatles this week. And then if you guys have any suggestions, or let us know what you're listening to, we might throw it in the rotation. So
yeah, give me some suggestions. I need some new music to listen to, man. Anyway, I listen to the same stuff. So please, anybody got suggestions, throw them my way.
Yeah, throw them out to us. So on that note, Mike, I think we should finish with a knock-knock joke. You know how those work?
Knock. Yeah,
knock,
I
knock.
go knock. Who's there?
Hootie
and the Blowfish. See,
no,
that's the big knock joke.
Hootie hoo! Let's get out of here. Check us out each week. Follow us on Instagram at Black Irish Pod, at Brendala7, and at Black Irish 213. Till next time.